Hello, twisted humans.
Do you find yourself wanting to know more about the latest murder, conspiracy, cult, or haunting?
Then this is the podcast for you. I'm Alicia.
And I'm Sierra, and this is Twisted and Uncorked.
So, hello and welcome to Twisted and Uncorked podcast. We are honored to have some special guests on the show today to answer some questions and weigh in on a nutty and old-timey case. For anyone living under a rock, these two wonderful humans host the podcast, and that's why we drink. Christine, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you so much. We're so thrilled to be here. It looks a little bit like you're are you in your normal spot?
Mm-hmm.
It looks like you're in like a high school gymnasium or something.
I was thinking that, but I wasn't going to say anything.
I
That
wonder
is
if it's like
my usual spot,
maybe
the high
it's 'cause
school
it's-
gymnasium nearby.
well, maybe it's nighttime and that's like a different time of day, but it literally
Yeah.
looks like you're in front of those like speckly tiles.
The seal, yeah. No,
No
this
offense
is
to your new beautiful house that you just bought. It's just the lighting.
not to be like such a.
Congratulations on that, by the way.
Thank you. This is a very millennial thing to say, but this is shiplap, and so
Nice.
that's what you're seeing here. Not actually concrete in a gym.
Sorry, my mistake. My mistake. With like Sharpie on it, yeah.
Like full of miners. Yeah, no, I'm
My
actually
mistake. That's on me.
Actually just in my house. But that's about it. Everyone else looks like you're having a good time in your own respective homes.
I'm sorry. I poured a glass of wine for today's event, and I haven't been drinking as much because I
Cheers to
discovered weed last year, and so I've got back on my drinking. But I was like, you know what? It's a special occasion. I got my Giovanni glass out. That's my dog. And I'm ready to party with you. I'm excited, guys.
I love it. Sierra's in the process of moving, so her
I am.
studio is actually like kind of empty right now. So
I put up
Not
this
high school
makeshift
gym,
backdrop real quick.
I mean, I
So
love
that
the
I had
Nightcrawler.
something.
Yeah.
Oh, I made this.
You
Did
did?
you?
I sewed this.
she has an Etsy store. Yeah.
Did you really?
I
Wait,
did.
what's your-
It's not done yet because
Oh,
I
obviously.
still have to sew the foot.
What a
Yes,
disaster.
because everyone would notice that.
What's your Etsy store?
It is Sew Twisted Boutique. Sew SEW, like sewing.
Well, now
Uh-huh.
M's online shopping. Great job.
Well,
I think my entire shop is empty right now because I'm really bad at
Just like your
re-upping
studio.
stuff.
Oh.
Exactly.
it,
But
uh,
as soon
I-
as I
You're
sew
gonna
that
have to put
foot,
two of those
it's going.
dirty night crawlers off to the side. Well, thank you guys so much for being here with us. And whenever we have guests on the show, we like to ask them a few questions and tell them a story related to their show. Now, for podcast pioneers like yourself, we had our work cut out. For
We're
us
so
in
old.
finding a story that either maybe you haven't heard or you haven't already covered.
The
But
good news
before
is
we
we
get
have
into
a sieve, a collective sieve as a memory. So even if it is something we've covered, we probably don't remember. So I would,
we've actually mentioned that
Yeah.
when we were trying
I figured
to
you might know
decide.
about that already. So don't even stress. I'm not going to Google it.
no, you're good.
You're in
Take
safe
her away.
hands.
But we are going to let you Geminis shine a little bit here first. So.
Wow, our specialty.
My first question for you guys is, I know, you are a seasoned paranormal investigator, and the two of you have done a few ghost hunts together, both planned and unplanned if you count a Flintstones loving ghost.
Oh yeah.
Can either of you guys share a particular crazy experience that you've had when ghost hunting, intelligent answers, movements, etc.?
I'm trying to
like
think
the
of like
one-
a favorite.
I feel like the one Christine usually talks about is the Flintstones kid.
Oh, Michael. Yeah.
Yeah.
Em hates when I say his name, so I say it a lot.
I feel like it summons him back.
I do too, and that's why it's like an intrusive thought. Like I can't stop saying it.
When you
even
leave
though-
the house, just put Flintstones on. It's fine.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love that.
see?
Yeah, yeah.
Your TV bill will be.
Leona will be like, "What the hell is this? Put on Coco Melon, please. This is
It's like, why is it in 2D?
ass
Yuck,
backwards
fix it.
like animation?"
I think. Well, I don't know. I had one in New Orleans, which like isn't all that interesting when I say it out loud. So I don't know. I'm sorry. That's the worst answer I could give for an interview. But
Tell us your most boring ghost story. Em.
well, when I was in New Orleans, we had a show there, and I went a few days early, so I stayed at a different hotel because with New Orleans, every single one of them's haunted. So I wanted to be in as many haunted hotels as possible, I guess.
Fair.
And there was one where as soon as I walked in, I felt like there was something there. So I said, if you're here, I'm interested to see something, if you want to be active, you're welcome to do that. You just cannot touch me. You cannot get near the bed. Like, I don't want to feel anyone sitting on the bed.
Bold
nothing
of
like
you
that.
to invite activity, though, even though you were there alone.
I think I knew that it was not up to me. I think I was like giving like a false proclamation that I was okay with it.
You were like, yeah, I see where you're at. That's fine. I'll give you that leeway. But like the buck stops here. Okay, got it.
I think they were going to do it anyway. And I was just playing it cool. Like I wanted that to happen anyway.
Great.
But I was like, but you can't come near me, but you can mess with whatever you want. I just don't come near me. And that night the TV turned on by itself. When I asked for it to turn off, it turned off by itself. I asked for it to turn on again and it did. The shower turned on by itself. And the curtains moved on their own all in the same night. And of course, every single time it happened and I tried to get like a video of it, it would happen right when I decided to like stop filming because I gave up. So that maybe that was just one that just pissed me off.
Well, you
because I was like so close to footage every single time.
The tension, the will they, won't they? Yeah.
That's exactly right.
We believe you.
Thank you. I promised it happened and I was like, wow, this would be really great if you wanted to do it on camera.
Yeah, Em texted me like 3 a.m. and was like, yeah, I just can't sleep because the TV keeps turning the volume all the way up. And I'm like, what the hell? Where are you? Why are you doing this?
It did turn all the way up. And then I had to out loud go,
so spooky.
That's enough. That's enough.
Yeah,
Thank
too
you.
loud.
And then it would go down by itself.
You're like,
Oh
I
my
maybe have a
gosh.
live show to do if you could not. That'd be
Yeah,
great.
just
I was
please
like,
let me rest.
I didn't know you could piss me off. I just thought you were going to just move something. Anyway, I would think that was my
It's like a
standalone
shitty
one.
roommate, though. It's like they're taking the shower, or they're just like turning the TV too loud. I mean, it's
100%.
just like having a bad roommate.
What about you, Christine?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. I mean, I'm trying to think of one that we didn't. Tell me one, please.
Well, I know if you wanted to tell the one where you thought I was knocking on the door. I guess before the Flintstones part of Michael.
It's very weird because that also came to mind, or not even that, but the third part of that story came to mind for me as
toilet?
well. No.
Oh.
Well, yes, when you were on the toilet. Wait, was it when you were on the toilet? Who was on the toilet?
You and everybody listening, it was me on the toilet.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify for the documents. Anyway, no. So
If it makes you feel any better, I'll send it to you before I post this.
No, you're good.
No, you
I was
better
just,
not.
I just assumed what was coming next was that Christine would explain, but I guess we're just going at it.
No.
I'm just gonna move on. No,
That was the ghost story.
It was spooky.
To be fair, I was haunted, and I still am. No, I was in my hotel room. This was after the M's, foray at whatever hotel you stayed at. And of course, I had Googled like most haunted hotels, and I booked like the most touristy, infamous one. I don't even remember which one. And I kept hearing someone knock on the door, and I was like, God damn it, Em. And at one point, I heard the knock, and I like went and whipped the door open. Nobody there. Okay, but I was still convinced it was Em because we were on the same floor. And so it happened one more time, and I was like, stop doing that. And Em literally sent me a picture from the toilet. And was like, it's not me. And I was like, ah, because it was like live, I was like, uh-oh. And, so then I knew it was not Em, but I was like, okay, you better come over here once you're done. And so then Em came over 45 minutes later. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, what the hell?
I'm kidding. Em came over very, very quickly.
44 minutes later.
Yeah. After washing their hands for 2 full minutes, and came to my hotel room, and we were like chatting, and Em brought like a little EMF or something, and we were like, well, somebody's in here and whatever, and we were messing with the TV. And then Em was like, did you go? Okay, I know it sounds like you're always on the toilet, and now I'm making it a thing, but you either went to take a shower or use the bathroom, or you had to pee. You went to the bathroom, and all
I
of
had
a
to
sudden,
pee.
okay, you had to pee again. It's fine. So then, like, while Em was in the bathroom, like I was like on my phone or something, and all of a sudden this music started playing, and I thought, what the hell? Em needs like a soundtrack to go to the bathroom. Like, what is going on? And then I was like, that's not coming from the bathroom. And I look over, and it's coming from my iPad, which is like up on, I don't know, surface, like somewhere where neither of us can reach it. And I was like, Em, do you hear that? And Em was like, yeah, what is it? And I was like, I don't know. So we opened my iPad, and it was like blaring some song from Apple Music, and I don't like have Apple Music, so when I went to like click into it, it was like, you don't own this, you can't play it. And I was like, well, I don't know. It was playing the whole song, and it was called
Well, somebody's playing it.
yeah, and it was called something like really creepy, like turn down the lights or turn off the light. It was something very strange
No,
where we were
thank
like,
you.
uh-oh.
And
okay.
Christine kept saying, I remember being on the toilet, and I was like, this keeps happening when I can't get near you. I'm
it was
busy.
always when your pants were down. I was like,
Yeah.
help.
Yeah. But that was definitely the freakiest because apparently things just like making noise around Christine when it was obviously not me. So
Yeah, it had to know. I had to know.
That's spooky.
It is.
Well, on the spooky realm, I'm going to ask you a question, Christine, specifically about Leona.
Okay.
You guys
bring it on.
joke about her being your creepy spawn on the show. Sierra has told stories about her own kids showing evidence of a past life or ghostly encounter. Has Leona ever done anything that you can't explain? Specifically because your house is haunted, as we know.
Ooh.
So
Okay, this is my favorite interview so far in a long time because I'm like, what an interesting question. I like that you just like are letting us talk about ourselves, and that's probably why.
Well,
I
you
like
started
it
the
so
question with your kid is your spawn, and
Yeah.
Christine's like, "This is the best thing I've ever done."
I'm in. You're right. So I have expressed before, which is like kind of maybe a regrettable thing, but I've expressed that I'm a little bit disappointed that she doesn't really see anything or do anything, and I know that that's probably a blessing, and I should not, like push my luck. But there were a couple times where she said things. Apparently, last night in the car, Blaze was driving her home, and she just from out of nowhere, they were just like driving, listening to music, and she goes, "Did you know I was in mommy's belly for, I think she said like 30 some weeks, and then I became a baby and now I'm here?" And Blaze was like, "Okay." And I was like, I mean, I guess she's not wrong. Like, I'm sure she learned that somewhere. Not super creepy. But then the other day, what did she say? Oh, I already told this story on the podcast, but basically she was like looking over my shoulder over and over again toward like our main staircase.
The haunted one.
And she was like, "Oh, that's the wife." Or I said, "Who are you talking? Who are you looking at? Who are you talking to?" She's like, "Oh, that's just the wife." And I was like, "The wife?" And she's like, "Yeah, the wife." And I'm like, "How do you even know what that word means?" Like, I was like, "The wife of who?" And she's like, "I don't know." And I was like, "What?"
Well, then she started by saying like, "There's that lady up there
yeah.
or something."
Actually, she said, "Where is she going?"
Yeah, where's she going?
And I went, "Who?" And she said, "That lady." And I said, "What lady?" And I'm like looking out the windows, like, "Who are you talking about?" And she's like, "Oh," she's like, "That lady." And I like look, and she's apparently already left the building. And I said, "I don't know. What does she look like?" And she's like, "Oh, well, she's the wife." And that's when I was like, I don't like this anymore. So, but that was it. I don't know who she is. I mean, as far as I know, there's only one dude named Harry that wanders around up here, but apparently the wife is around.
maybe
as well.
Harry's wife.
Could be.
Idiot.
but,
Obviously,
well, she's
us and Leona know it's the wife.
Listen, we don't know the wife of whom, do we? Okay, I don't want to
True.
be presumptuous, you know.
You could have
I mean,
multiple male suitors in your
that's
home.
right. Who knows?
But Christine's favorite hobby is bringing haunted items into the house, so there could be many
it's-
wives that
And
that-
fermented.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah,
Yes.
many photographs. Yeah. Who the hell knows what wife it is? But apparently that's just all she gets is wife, not a name, nothing. So
not human being.
no,
person,
no.
person.
Mm-mm. So we'll see what happens. But that's kind of it. But I know, Sierra, I know you've already talked about this, but can you give me like a quick debrief about your spawn?
I like to call them crotch goblins.
Oh God,
crotch
yeah. People
goblins.
said that when I was pregnant and I had really bad like morning sickness, and every time I saw crotch goblins, I'd be like, I'm gonna throw up. Why do people keep saying that? Anyway.
Well, mine are older. I have an 11-year-old and a 12-year-old, and I didn't notice they were being weird when they were being weird. I only know it now because I used to, every time they would say something, I thought it was funny. I would write it on a Facebook post, and now I have memories that come up, and I'm like, oh my God, my kid is so weird.
You're like,
why
oh my
did
God, they said this at 3. Like, what
I
kind
love
of
that.
things?
She used to be terrified of frogs. And like before, like I've never shown her a frog. We've never had a frog, anything like that. But she used to tell me, the frog, it's gonna get me. Like point to the ground.
Oh my
It's gonna
God.
get me. It's gonna get me.
I have that thing. I have that about fish as an adult, so I get it.
Maybe that was a past life too.
Yeah,
But like I don't
Yet
even
you
know.
bought fish slippers. Why?
because they couldn't get me. I
They were
already
called
got them.
fish flops, and I'm so glad you didn't say the real name of it. That makes me feel a lot better. Thank you, Alicia.
Are they still freaked out about frogs?
No,
Okay.
she's cool. I don't think she had ever seen a frog before at this time. She was like 2 years old.
No, the bug story is creepy. That one's creepy.
Bug? What's the
Oh my
bug
God,
one?
was she a
That she
bug? Is
drove
that
a
why
bug.
she's so
Oh, the
scared,
bug, yeah.
scared of frogs?
No, so
Oh.
she.
I thought I was
check
onto
it out,
something.
though.
She was a mosquito? Okay.
She was a mosquito.
Oh.
She told me one time that when she used to be big,
Uh-oh. See,
She
that's
would
where it is.
take-
Oh, no.
when she said, when I used to be big, I would take my son to work in my bug.
No.
Like, what?
Wait, homegirl had a Volkswagen bug?
Apparently.
What a trendsetter, dude.
So she was around in the 2000s.
Well, no, bugs.
Obviously.
Wait,
Right?
no, VW bugs were invented by the Nazis.
Wait, the
Sorry.
Beatles? The Volkswagen Beatles? Really?
Yes.
What about the I see. Okay, so maybe I'm just remembering the ones that we grew up with, because I remember
the
them
one with
becoming
the flower
like
lights.
yes, they had like a resurgence in the early 2000s. Let's
Yes.
pretend she's from there and not the
Okay.
1930s.
Well, you've obviously never seen Rat Race the movie, so we'll talk about that another time. But anyway, yes. Wow, what a weird.
Yeah.
Whoa! I used to drive my son to work. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So weird.
Well, I have nothing like
creepy.
that to report yet. I will. But I have a gut feeling.
We'll
like
be the first to know, right?
I think you'll be the first to know, because I'll probably call Sierra and be like, help. Or maybe I'll just like go back through all your Facebook posts and be like, did anything like this happen to you? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
I need to know if she's going to be okay.
That's too late.
She
for
doesn't
that.
even remember it now, although she is and has always been extremely obsessed with the Titanic. And I'm like, is something going on here? Like, that was her first book she ever read. She has read every I Survived the Titanic,
What?
the sinking of the Titanic. She has read all the Titanic books. I don't know why. She's never seen the movie, though.
Leona
Never.
loves Spider-Man. I'm like, why the hell does my kid not want to know about it? Whatever. Anyway, I'll get over it eventually.
Anyway.
Your kid is not a creepy Victorian child.
I know. I thought she was
unfortunately.
going to be like, the some sort of Wednesday Addams character, but she's really
Not yet.
not
I
yet.
said it.
Honestly,
It's
I
coming.
probably am going to regret these words someday.
Wait till
So,
she's moody. When she gets
God.
when she's a teenager, then all of a sudden it might happen.
yeah, who knows? Who knows?
We were talking about cryptids earlier. What is your guys' favorite cryptid?
Mine's the Hercene Shifter. She's right next to me.
Ta-da.
You know what's funny is I did the same thing inspired by you, and I made up a cryptid and wrote a whole story for Sierra.
Wait,
And
I was an idiot. I had no idea.
Same.
I was like, what?
cryptids are like
What
that.
is
so-
this?
yeah. Hey, first of all, so wait, what was the cryptid name for Sierra?
I called it a wayfack because I forget what it meant, but it was her family's German as well, so it was something like to do with German folklore. So, and it was shaped like a little bear because that's her nickname. So
That's
Oh,
precious.
wait, that's cute. Why
Yeah.
was mine not so cute? Well,
Because I was trying to figure out how to rearrange your name, and I got
know.
the word Hercene, and I went, I guess
No,
she's a
that's
goat.
awesome.
I guess
so-
she's a goat. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool. Did you know that my I'm pretty sure my Chinese zodiac is a ram. So there you go.
Obviously, I knew that going into that story.
Well,
so-
obviously I know that, and I'm really not confident. So don't Google it. I'm not
Okay.
sure that's true.
No, I would say my favorite fake cryptid is the America's Hercene Shifter, which
Your
spells
favorite
out,
fake cryptid, sure.
Christine Maria Schaefer.
Absolutely.
I would say I don't know. This is like such an obvious one, but the squonk, just because he cries about
It's
how
so
ugly
good.
he is.
It's so good.
Come on,
It's hard to go wrong. with
come
that.
on.
I too identify with the squonk.
It's just like hard
think
to not
everyone
relate.
does.
Yeah.
And then I don't know why I'm giving you a top three. No one asked. But my other favorite would be
I mean, the first one was me, so I'm delighted. You can keep going if you want.
and Christine again, I guess.
Thank
Christine,
you.
what about you?
Wait,
are
what
your
about my
favorites?
baby? Didn't you name her something horrible too?
I tried. I don't remember anymore what it was. Something about Leona Lemon. No, that's another cryptid.
You named her Lemon. I
That's
remember.
another.
That's a totally different
demon
cryptid. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
another demonic entity.
Do you have a favorite
in your
Christine?
life.
I it's funny. I don't know. I obviously love Mothman, but again, like that feels very basic. But I do love the Mothman. I feel he's misunderstood. And I feel like maybe I'd like have a crush on him, but I think that's just like a communal, like what do they call it?
It's a
Collective.
universal
I think it's a
experience.
collective consciousness, as
I'm
Jung
pretty
would say.
sure there's like a smutty Mothman book out
Oh,
there
there's a lot.
Or
somewhere.
20,000.
Not
yeah.
that Em and I know
Have
about
you
that
been to the
specifically.
Mothman statue?
No,
Have you seen
and
that ass?
Here's the I've seen that
We've
ass.
been there.
I sure hope
We
to.
went.
Have
We
you guys
touched the butt.
You touched
Absolutely.
Get
And
out of here.
How was it?
And how was it?
Great.
Firm.
Great.
Firm.
That's
Wow. Smooth?
beastly, some might say.
Wow.
I would really like. So my New Year's resolution last year, which I did not fulfill, so now I'm trying again this year, is to go to more conventions and festivals. And we wanted to do
Yeah.
either the Bigfoot or the Mothman Festival?
No, we were gonna go to Point Pleasant. We had big plans, and then it was canceled. It was 20.
No, there was one where I think
21.
we planned on going, but then you were pregnant, so we ended up moving that.
Yeah, but then it was canceled also, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
so
yeah, so
I felt
would,
better.
So I would like to go very badly. It just time just keeps
Ticking.
allowing me.
Yeah.
So
there's
next
I
time
think it's called
we'll
Cryptid Con in Kentucky.
In Kentucky?
Okay.
Well, fuck
in November. Yeah.
What the hell? Why do I know about these things?
Yeah, I would like to do that, and then
I believe it's in Lexington.
Oh, fuck yeah. Let's do it.
Okay.
It's like an hour from me.
One of my favorite things about cryptids that I've been reading about, which I keep saying I'm going to do a topic on, so if you beat me to it, have fun. But I really want to do an episode where I'll probably wait till like Pride Month. The psychological reasons why so many queer people relate to cryptids, because and why we have all imposed like queer ideology on all of the cryptids, because a lot of people are in love with Mothman. And there are a lot of really good reasons for why people lean into it. Like we both feel like outcasts, they're misunderstood by society, blah, 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 blah. So I've been wanting to do it for a while. I have quite a lot of sources I need to poke through. But anyway, expect that one day on And That's Why We Drink.
In our birthday month. I can't wait.
In our birth month, yeah.
Yes, that would be the perfect time to do it. And on the same wavelength as creepy cryptids and such, we always classify a cryptid as a conspiracy on our show. So do you guys have a favorite conspiracy that you completely subscribe to blindly? Just
so many. God, no, not so many. Sorry, not blindly. So many that I love.
And blindly, yeah.
No, yeah. Oh my God, Em. Oh my gosh.
I'll go first.
Go.
Well, it's not really a conspiracy theory because time travel is real.
Oh, right, true. That one
that.
doesn't. Yeah, that's not a conspiracy.
So that's not. I don't know if we're calling that a conspiracy when it's obviously true, but Project Pegasus is my favorite conspiracy theory, which we covered a long time ago. But it was always my favorite, and it was that first of all, time travel is real, and that this one guy, he was the big whistleblower on this whole project where time travel exists, and he also predicted he was going to be president. It didn't pan out, so I don't know what timeline he's in. It's
he
not
also
this
said
one.
that like Barack Obama went to Mars or something, and I was like,
he had
what?
a lot of things to say.
Yeah.
But
like most of it was really convincing.
It was certainly
I'm serious.
Fascinating. It was
convincing. I was sitting there like, oh my God. And then Em was like, but he never became president. I was like, because of time travel. Like I was 100% in.
We're just in the bad place. And, Back to the Future Part 2, when things go awry, we're in the awry. And we should have stayed over there.
Yeah.
But anyway, I would say Project Pegasus / time travel in general is mine.
I love that. Oh God. Oh gosh. Well, do you two have one or no? Because I'm like, what is like a I mean,
mine
I like
dimensions. There's for sure multiple dimensions.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
I didn't know we were talking about real things. Okay.
I know. See, that's where I feel like I struggle because I'm for sure about the parallel dimensions and quantum physics and all that. It's like theoretical.
I feel like we need to have like a separate conspiracy
I know, right?
episode.
You need to redefine conspiracy because you're just saying things.
I mean, Em just talked about the Denver airport.
Playing fast and loose.
The Denver airport. That's one of my favorite
conspiracies. I have a
flight
flight in October that my one stop is in Denver.
You better look
Concourse
careful.
B, Gate 54, next to the Rocky Chocolate
May or
Mountain.
may not be running my way there.
Oh
Make sure you record the whole time, though.
I will, absolutely.
Yeah, you better.
Yeah. And here's me in front of the horse. I don't think you're allowed to get that close.
You're not, because I took an Uber and
it'll
it was
fall on you. It has.
Also it has killed. Yes, it has murdered.
Okay.
So it killed its owner, actually, Alicia, in case you didn't know that. Or its owner. Sorry, that's so weird.
Think
its artist?
I did, yes.
Yeah, it's in like the middle of the tarmac. So when you're driving, you can see it. And when you're flying away, you can see it. So
well, if I do manage to get to it, you guys will never be able to talk to me again because I'll be in jail probably.
No, I'll be writing you. I'll
tarmac.
have to know.
Yeah, we'll be writing. We'll be pen
I'll write
pals.
you.
Yeah.
Help.
And we'll be on the toilet, so I'll come get you.
Oh, gosh.
Sorry, I heard help, and I was like, well, I know where Em is. Yeah.
I love it. So, my other generic question is if you guys could visit any paranormal location in the world, where would it be?
I want to go to Waverly Hills so bad.
So
It's
That
so
is
bad.
close
something-
to me. It's not even far.
It is.
Well,
You
get
should
on
go.
it.
Have you guys been?
No.
No.
Oh, it feels
It's
like
on
you
our
would
list
have.
too.
It feels
Well,
like
it's
you would have
hard
been there.
because I live so far from Sierra,
that's
so I
true.
try and see her once a year, and then we cram in all the creepy stuff together.
Right. That's tough.
And I don't even live in Cincinnati anymore. I live in Alabama.
Oh my
So-
God. Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so
well,
you're
you've got
way-
the Sloss Furnaces. That's a pretty haunted place.
That's true. Was
I
that
don't
in
even know what
Birmingham?
that is.
She's like, tell
Uh,
me more.
Well, go listen to And That's Why I
Googling.
Drink.
Go listen to
It'll,
episode 5.
Yeah,
That
it's
was
a long time ago.
so long. Birmingham. I was right. Oh my God, Em. I listened to you.
We're so good.
Okay. Do you know that? I remember that. Yeah.
I don't know about anything else I've ever covered in Alabama, but I do remember the Sloss Furnaces.
Yeah.
But that's supposedly
Well,
a
she's
crazy
literally
haunted
writing
spot.
it down right now.
Good. Good.
SLOSS.
Got it.
Yeah. Got it. Nailed it.
No, I think for me, I mean, I don't. I guess it's different. Like, do I want to? I have different locations for if I'd want to go on a random tourist tour there, or if I wanted to
Like
investigate there.
Yeah.
Because my tourist answer again, so like basic, but like I will take every opportunity to go to Salem, and just in general be on the
Oh
property.
yeah.
If I wanted to investigate a place, I think because it's such a hard thing to investigate, I would want Alcatraz. Like it's just a no go.
Oh.
They just don't let people investigate there. And if you do, you have to be like Zach Bagans or something. So
I was like 12 when I went, so I
see, I've done the
didn't
tour,
get that
which is
opportunity.
it's a great tour, but I would like to do
Yes.
an investigation there, and I think it's purely because I can't, and I'm being told no. So
Yeah. That
The
sounds
end.
I
right.
respect that answer.
Yeah.
thank you.
I was gonna say you're still in LA, so you live fairly close in terms
I do.
of
I visited-
Alcatraz, so
I've visited quite a lot too. I've been to Alcatraz probably 5 or 6 times, but
That would be a cool one though to do like an overnight. But I think I'd be really freaked out. Like I know that I'm freaked out on,
and you can't run away. You're
Exactly.
literally
I
on
think
an
that's
island.
On an
why.
island.
I think that's why
Yeah.
I would be extra freaked out. I think I honestly, as far as like places to go that aren't for an investigation, I would love to go to. Oh my God, Christine. I have
Do you
one
like
glass
this?
of wine. I have one glass of wine.
This is just what it looks like when that gets edited out. of
my
our shows.
brain. My brain. What are
that's
they
why
called?
when Katie told us an hour, I'm like, oh no.
Oh no, Christine's not gonna get this shit together. What do you call it? Stonehenge. God. Okay. Thank you.
Oh, that's a good
Stonehenge.
one.
Sorry. That's like one of my bucket lists. I would love. I don't know if that counts as paranormal, but you know, it's kind of
It's
conspiracy.
still really cool.
Yeah.
It is a bucket list for me too. And there's
Yeah.
a mini Stonehenge in Alabama that I am going to this
Oh,
summer.
fun.
What in your
I'm
backyard?
going.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you
No.
like made one. I was like,
Stack
cool.
rocks back there. Yeah.
It's like by Mobile.
Oh, cool. I haven't
Yeah.
heard of that.
Yeah, it's just Sierra's backyard.
I mean, listen, I'm about it.
Speaking of Sierra, this next question is from her. Sierra's from Cincinnati as well, Christine.
Yes.
So we have to know, have you ever tried the new Skyline Spice and
course.
Oyster Crackers
Because-
flavored ice cream?
Here's what I'll
Is
say.
it good?
Here's what I'll say. It was in my
Graters?
freezer.
Is that
It
what
was
it's
in my.
called?
It's
Yeah.
graters. First of all, don't say is that what it's called? Like you don't know about graters. Get out of here. So I already had. I saw your questions come in, and like I said, for once in my life, I was being a suck up student. Like what do you call it again?
I love
Teacher's
it.
pet.
Teacher's pet.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to read the questions in advance because I'm so professional. And then I saw the ice cream one and I was like, well, I've got some homework. So, of course, I went downstairs and I already had it in my freezer and I opened it and Leona and I tried it. It's pretty darn good.
What is the flavor again?
Skyline. chili.
Skyline.
Chili.
Sorry, have you even heard about this? Sorry,
it's
Em.
chili
I-
flavored
It's
not
ice
chili,
cream.
though.
Love
It's not
Skyline
chili.
It's
It's
Skyline.
Skyline.
so much.
It's
I
like
was
chili, but it's not
literally
chili.
like, Sierra, I need a can for
Okay, let me
Christmas,
just
'cause that's
let me
as
just
close as I can get.
give you. Okay, here is what it is. It's Skyline Spice ice cream with oyster crackers is the flavor, and they sell it here in Cincinnati at Kroger and at Graders. So of course I bought some for Blaze when he was sick, and he didn't appreciate it as much as I thought he would, and he didn't even try it. But I think it's pretty good because essentially Skyline chili is known for having cocoa and cinnamon in it. So they basically just take it tastes like cinnamon ice cream and then they
Okay.
put some like oyster crackers in it. I will say the oyster crackers to me are the worst part because they don't freeze well. I thought like, oh, it'll add some texture. No, they don't freeze well, so it's just like they're kind of soggy. It's not good. But the ice cream just tastes like cinnamon ice cream with like a little cocoa powder. It's really good. The ice cream's good. Sorry, I just have to
try
say
it.
It's pretty
so
damn good.
Badly. My dad said he'll try to send me some with like dry
ice. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Please, I want it.
The number of people who've been like, "Can you mail me?" I'm like, "No, mail it yourself."
Really? There's a lot of people asking for this.
Well,
okay, well,
at least two.
Right. With you, Em. I'm not really seeing.
Wait, have you ever had Skyline chili?
Yeah.
So let's move on.
They
So let's move on.
very
So
happy
let's move on.
Okay.
First of all, you haven't had it with me, and it's not fair to say you've had it if you haven't had it with the person from Cincinnati. That's not fair.
It's weird.
You can't just
Like,
order
I
Skyline by
crave it
yourself.
when I
That's
see
psychotic.
her.
Yeah. Okay.
Now I'm mad at you.
What's the next
My
question?
husband hates it. So
Well, your husband.
I
got
No
Thanks.
comment.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stick with like chocolate ice cream. I think
All right.
That's fair.
Nobody was
That's
asking
fair.
you.
You both are fairly open about your mental health journeys on the show, which is really beautiful. I love that you guys have reduced the stigma around it with your audience. Do you have any advice or self-care tips for people with busy schedules like yours, especially when you throw in travel? And I'm going to throw in especially with ADHD because I relate to both of you in that way.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, you got any off the dome?
I would say, well, there's different answers for different things. For ADHD, my first thing would be to wear shoes in the house, even though that's like maybe for some people a big faux pas. But if you put your shoes on, your brain thinks that you're going outside to be productive, so it makes you be productive.
Really? Why don't you tell me these things? We need to start a Google Doc.
I have. I don't know.
Maybe you have. It just went right over. I wasn't wearing my shoes. Let me put my shoes on.
I also I try to gamify as much as I can.
That's smart.
I am very pro reward system, and I treat myself even to the most mundane reasons. Anything that gets you there, I don't care how it has to happen, even if it involves a sweet treat. And then
I listened to your episode with Delaney Fisher, and
I love Delaney. I just hung out with her a couple days ago. Yeah,
she's awesome.
She also I just saw her and she's always like, "Do you think I have ADHD?" And I'm like, "Girl, yes, come on, let's
talk
hang out."
about this.
Let me think. And then for travel, I have a whole different slew of self-care suggestions. From like things you should bring with you to the hotel to make it feel more homey, and like I believe in spa showers, which is you turn all the lights off, have a candle going, and listen to lo-fi music while you're in the shower. That really gets the vibe going and regulates your body.
Are the shoes on or off at this point?
Well, then you switch into your fish flaps, and then you're hanging out in the shower.
Oh no! I knew they would come back.
But then I also bring like a blanket from home if you can fit it in your suitcase, and bring a lot of stuff from home. Because when you're on the road as often as us, it's nice to bring things with you, so it feels less like you're never home. So yeah, those are mine. What about you, Christine?
Wow. Okay, let me think. It's so funny because Em and I have such different ways of coping with things. As far as I don't work well with reward systems, I think, because I don't know. I think I just make myself too nervous and I don't like pressure. I don't know why. I haven't quite gotten to the bottom of it. As far as ADHD goes, my tip would be to go easy on yourself, because I feel like there's so many tips and tricks and things. And like recently this morning, I was going through my to-do list and I was like, oh my God, I have all these Amazon packages. They're all overdue. I have all this shit to do. And I was like, I've spent like probably 3 weeks just beating myself up about these stupid errands. And then I went out today. It took 2 hours. I got them done. And I was like, wow. And it was almost like, oh, it wasn't all that hard at the end. But also I think what I got from it was like, why did I just spend the last 3 weeks like kicking myself every day about it, instead of being like, I'll get to it when I get to it. It doesn't matter. I don't know. I feel like it's really easy, especially if you have ADHD, to be like, oh, everything I do is like, every time you kind of are behind or mess something up, it's like, ugh, I effed up again. And I don't know, just be nice to yourself. The world is so effing hard. Like, you're doing fine. You're doing great. Life is hard. And if you never get the Amazon package back, what's the big deal? Now you have an extra shoe rack for your door, which I have now because I missed the deadline to return it. But, you know what? Maybe now I'll hold some extra shoes. Big whoop. So that's my tip.
So it sounds like
Treat
you ended up getting
yourself.
a fun little treat at the end. See,
Yeah.
the reward system, it always works
Well,
out.
now I do have a reminder that I have this junky plastic thing that I wasn't able to return. But you know what? It's okay because once
No
I put
one
some-
can see it. It's
no
fine.
one can see it. Anyway,
Gift it to someone, make it their problem.
Maybe I'll just donate and be like, someone will need this, you know. But anyway,
And watch out, you're getting a shoe rack.
yeah, for your
know.
fish flops. I know you need a place to store them.
For all my indoor shoes, it'll
Oh
work
yes,
out.
that's a. Wait a minute, hang on. This is getting really weird. Yeah,
Just
all
roll
the
with
shoes.
punches. If
the
I'm getting a
indoor
box, I'll
shoes.
put something in it.
Anyway, that's my
love it.
tip. Just to be kind to yourself. It's hard out there, and even if you mess up, it's fine. People are messing up way
appreciate
worse than you, and they're doing it on purpose. So you know what?
Truth.
Think about
Do
that.
either of you have the app called Finch?
Oh, please. It's going to leave the room now. I only live on Finch. And you know what's so weird is I just sat down today and I went, I'm so glad I have like 4 friends on there. I wish I knew more people on it. And then we started this interview. So that's weird. Anyway,
I
want to be
love
friends?
it.
So now you have
Yes.
one more friend on there. I have to clear off enough space. Sierra sent it to me, and I literally thought it was like a spam message.
Yeah, I was like, please, just. I'm
It
trying
feels
to give
like
you a
It's
spam.
really
microphone.
good for people that are trying to stay productive. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's
"What
very
is this?" I sent
ADHD
her a
dopamine
screenshot. I'm
friendly.
like, did you send me this?
As someone who's downloaded several things that I thought my friends were sending me that were actively spam, I get it, but this one's not. I promise.
My husband works in IT, so if I don't
Oh,
question
no. Yeah, you're not
everything,
allowed to do that.
I'm not
Yeah, that's not allowed.
Yeah,
No.
I have to question all of it.
Yeah, I feel
Um,
like I've got I feel like Finch, it feels like spam in my head because I did not ask for this, but Christine and our producer Eva both use Finch, and every time I'm near one of them, they tell me something about
I don't
what
tell you.
the bird or something.
I don't
And
ever
so
tell you about it. Eva thinks
Eva-
that she can convert you. I know better.
Eva will talk about it as if I also am involved. She talks about it like I know what's going on.
She's like, well, Woodward came over. And you're like,
Yeah,
who
and
the
then I'm like,
fuck is Woodward?
And I'm like, I'm trying to sleep on this plane, Eva. I don't know what you're talking about, but she really loves it. So I've heard it works not just from Eva and Christine, but
It
I
has
get,
changed the game for me, I will say. So if you are
Same.
somebody who
Okay.
really likes
Yeah,
the
I
kind
get
of
ads for it all the
gamified,
time.
the
I-
gamified
Okay.
thing, it really has made my life a lot more manageable.
I'm sure I would love it, but because it's being forced so heavily upon me,
I see.
keep
That's why I
resisting.
actively don't
So-
speak
Yeah.
about it. It's Eva. She's so good at trying to make people feel included that
But now I'm like, well, now I know enough.
Now
about it,
I'm
I don't
doesn't
Do you
wanna
get
be part of it.
FOMO, Christine? Or are you just like, I need to try it?
No,
otherwise
so
I'm
I
missing out.
thought, so I was like, Eva, I already have a to-do list app and it's much more professional and like, don't worry, you know? And then she sent me one and I was like, why didn't I get to like name my bird? Like, that's fun. And then I was like, well, I'll
Changes
try it.
everything.
Literally, I was like, I can change his wing color. Like, I just got like weirdly, I was like, well, I'll just try it. For some reason, from that day where we were at the Woodward Theater rehearsing for, was it this tour? It was over a year ago. Every single day since then, I've been on that damn app. I literally just hit my 1-year mark last month, and I was like, what? Like, it wasn't even like,
Damn.
it just, I don't know, became a routine. It was so weird. But yeah, I have not tried to force it upon you, but someday maybe you'll.
I'm
Come to
aware it
the dark
exists. One day in the shadows, I'll
And
get
you know what's going to
curious.
piss me off the most is Em's never going to add me on it. And one day I'm going to look over and be like, what the fuck is that? And Em's going to be friends with Sierra and Alicia and Delaney and all these people. And then it's going to be like, well, nope. Woodward's not invited.
No comment. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh.
We'll see. We'll see.
Sorry we're having a marital spat on your
Well,
show.
no, please. No, I love it. It's hilarious. But
Oh, good.
I will let Sierra tell you guys our story now, just for the sake of your guys' time, because we
Oh,
could
yes.
literally ask you questions.
So
all
sorry.
day
And we could talk forever.
No.
And I apologize. We give a time limit and then we're like,
No.
anyway, we're never going to stop talking.
I love it.
Along the river of Thames sat the village of Hammersmith in 1803 United Kingdom. This is what today would be part of Greater London, but at the time it was about 5 miles out of the city. It was where the city and the countryside met, adding to its picturesque charm. New homes were popping up all over the village as it expanded, but the town was far from perfect. It was dealing with a pretty severe ghost problem.
Mm.
A number of villagers claimed to have seen a ghost roaming down the streets at night, and some even said they had been attacked by the phantom. The town went into a full hysteria after the sightings started to make the local papers, and it got to the point where the townspeople were afraid to go out at night. Many believe that the ghost in question was the spirit of a man who had completed suicide the year before. He had been buried in the Hammersmith churchyard, which was actually against church law and prevalent religious beliefs at the time because of how he died. It was believed that the soul of a suicide victim who was buried on religious ground would never be at rest, and they would be cursed to wander the earth forever.
Fun fact, I believe that's still part of the Catholic teachings.
Oh.
Goodness gracious.
Sorry, as a Reformed
We
Catholic.
have an expert on site.
Sorry, just quick note. Yeah, that's still actively part of the teachings. Yeah.
That is so...
As far as I know. Yeah. Again, I want to be clear. I don't know if that's for sure, but at the time of me leaving the institution of the Catholic Church, that was still actively a law.
If we get any follow-up questions, we're going to direct them to you, Christine.
Oh God, please don't. I don't know why I've done this to myself. And
I just have Jewish guilt, so I feel just as guilty
I know, it's
when
like
I
we're
disappoint
always
my mom.
We're all guilty. Yeah, it's like we all have some form of it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Goodness. Aww. All right, so we have a possibly tormented spirit plus the ghost sightings in a location, which all made sense, as much as ghosts can make sense anyway. It's believable. One account of the Hammersmith Ghost involved a coachman carrying 16 passengers in his wagon. When the coachman saw the spirit approaching, he was so frightened that he ditched the wagon, horses, and all of the passengers and took off on foot.
Good for him.
That's M. That's M. That's the driver for sure. Good for him.
Yeah.
And that's you. That's you in a past life.
And no, that's me in this life. I'm out. See ya. Everyone for themselves eventually.
Oh my God.
Oh gosh.
That's good.
The ghost sightings and even the reports of being attacked became so frequent that nightly patrols began with armed men searching for this ghost and looking to stop it once and for all.
And they were so scared with their gun, like, it's
like,
just like the most sad part.
I always think it's very silly when people are so scared of ghosts that they bring out heavy artillery.
Pitchforks.
It's like, you're going to kill it
not
again.
like a Looney Tunes cartoon. Yeah.
It's like they're already
booby
dead.
Trap
but okay.
it.
Yeah.
Can try your darndest.
Mm-hmm.
So on the night of January 3rd, 1804, a 29-year-old officer named Francis Smith began his patrol along Black Lion Lane, the last road that the phantom haunting the town was seen on. When Francis saw a figure in white down a nearby alley beginning to approach him, he allegedly called out, "Halt, or I will shoot." But the figure kept approaching, and Francis
because he was like, "I'm not going to die."
Yeah, nice try.
Sorry, what did he say?
He shot. He shot at the figure.
He said nothing.
Okay.
He
nothing.
peed his pants and shot his gun. Yeah.
He shot his gun.
Absolutely.
Sadly, though, it was not a ghost. Instead, it was a 23-year-old bricklayer named Thomas Millwood. He was on his way home from a long day of work, and as was common in that trade, he was wearing white linen trousers with a white apron and a waistcoat, giving him that ghostly appearance from afar. And it didn't help that he also reportedly had smudges of plaster on his face, and he was coated in a dusty film from work. So this man looks like a ghost. An 1803 ghost.
I should have warned you. We combined paranormal and
I kind of figured.
Story.
Well done.
I kind of figured this is amazing. This is
done.
really well done. Yeah. Good researching.
Francis was then taken into custody to await trial, facing charges of a quote-unquote willful murder, as they called it. The trial was held at Old Bailey, which may sound familiar to some. It has housed a number of high-profile trials, including that of the Yorkshire Ripper, Peter Sutcliffe, which we covered over on Patreon in our discussion of the Netflix documentary that came out 2 years ago.
Cool.
When the trial began, a woman named Miss Fulbrook testified about having known Thomas. She stated that Thomas had been living at her home, renting a room, and she claimed that she had warned him not to go out after dark in his work clothes or at least cover them with a dark coat due to the village hysteria. She was worried that something like this could happen. Prior to his death, Thomas frightened a group of women who saw him from their carriage as he was walking along a terrace from work. There was a man in the carriage with them who said, "There goes the ghost," in a condescending and sarcastic manner.
That was
I like
me.
to think, I like to think he had like a long drag of a cigarette.
That
There
was
he
me.
fucking goes.
M was the driver who ditched all of us on the road. And I'm like, there goes the ghost again.
Thomas didn't appreciate the comment, as he didn't want to scare anyone.
Aww.
He replied saying he was no more a ghost than the gentleman himself and threatened to fight him.
Oh, not very gentlemanly.
Oh my.
During trial, Francis Smith pleaded that he had shot at Thomas in self-defense, fully believing that he was the ghost tormenting their city, and that he had warned him to stop before he fired the weapon. So this posed the question to the courts, should this be considered self-defense?
Oh my God.
This would become a landmark case for the judicial system, starting a debate that would last the next 180 years.
What?
Determining what constitutes self-defense and how to treat someone who commits a crime based on a mistaken belief.
Yeah, that's a doozy.
That'll get you.
The jury was reluctant to convict Francis given the mass hysteria around the town, so they rested on a verdict of what today would be classified as manslaughter instead of murder.
Wow.
Sure.
The chief judge told the jury that he either needed to be acquitted or convicted. And because he did technically kill someone, the choice was obvious. Because it was the 1800s and he was convicted of killing someone, Francis Smith was sentenced to hang for his crime.
Ooh.
But given the unrest following the trial by the town and the jury, the judge felt there were sentencing laws missing in their town. He sent a letter to the king, King George III, who had the power to commute the sentence. Instead of hanging, Francis Smith only did a year of hard labor for his crime. Following the murder, in a weird full circle moment, it seemed that Thomas Millwood would become a ghost that haunted the town after all.
Oh, plot twist.
Yeah, that's the ultimate move.
In the purgatory, he was like, I think I know how I'm going to bring it back. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bring it back
In
full
the
circle.
alleyway where Thomas died, there was a nearby pub called the Black Lion, which is actually still there to this day.
Fun.
Following the shooting, Thomas's body had been moved inside the pub in hopes that something could be done to save him.
Oh, dear.
Patrons and employees of the pub nowadays report objects moving around, items going missing, cold spots. One of the chefs, who both worked and lived at the pub, had even claimed to see the apparition of Thomas at night. The pub leans into its spooky lore and actually has a plaque outside that references this story.
Wow, that must be a long plaque. Like a big plaque.
And old.
With small font. Yeah.
I feel like you like read it and you're kind of like, I don't really know what half the words say anymore.
Like, wait, did somebody die? Am I misreading this? Yeah.
Yeah.
In the days following the trial of Francis Smith, the village shoemaker actually came forward with a guilty conscience and a confession. He admitted that he had, quote, taken to donning a white sheet and lurking in the churchyard, pretending to be a ghost to frighten his apprentice, end quote.
This is my favorite.
It was just a
part.
prank?
A fucking prank. Apparently, the apprentice had been scaring the man's children with ghost stories, so the shoemaker decided to teach him a lesson.
Good, but also not at the end of the day. Damn.
Yeah.
That's
So
troubling.
Yeah.
Shoemaker's prank likely ignited the ghost mania in the village, and he felt a responsibility for
Let's face it,
Thomas's death.
They were bored back then.
You
Yeah,
know,
people
this,
were bored.
This is what
you know?
happens when men think that they're funny. Like, it's immediately,
Exactly.
all of a sudden, the whole world is in danger.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
As far as we could find, there were no charges or anything against the shoemaker for his prank.
Oh my God.
But
He
that
had to
kind
live
of-
with that for the whole rest of his damn life, though.
It brings up a whole nother question, like, should
Like, what
he
responsibility?
be in trouble?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
How
he
accountable
fucked
are
up.
you?
Right.
Yeah.
I know, but like also, oh, I know. That's hard because it's like, well, also he was just pulling a prank, but then also he started he basically did like the yelling fire in a theater, but
Exactly.
yeah, but it's like, but not I don't know.
Yeah, it's ghosts, but it's
Yeah.
1803.
Right, but it's all
Like today, that's a problem. In 1803,
But also
that's
in
death.
today's world, screaming ghost, no one would pay attention
Right.
the way they would in
Oh, good point.
1803.
Right.
Good point.
Like,
And
that was
seeing someone in white wouldn't be like, oh my God, it's a phantom. He'd be like, oh, there's like a killer on, like, or
Yeah.
if you were scared of someone
Yeah.
on the street, it's not a ghost usually.
Even if you saw a ghost, you'd probably be like, that's somehow fake.
There's an intruder
You
in
know?
my home. Yeah.
Like, someone faked that.
It's just the lady. It's just the wife.
Clad in
again.
a white sheet.
The
Yeah.
wife.
Yeah.
The wife is back in her white sheet. Yeah, that's
it's just the
wild.
wife.
I wish it were that easy to prank
It's
people
just the
now,
wife.
though.
Even if he didn't get in trouble, it's certainly something he never brought up again. He just went,
Oh.
ooh, like, we just don't talk. That was a bad time. That was
Yeah,
a
don't
bad
bring that,
year.
kids. Don't bring that up. Yeah.
Yeah, don't say the word ghost around me. It's gonna, yeah.
gonna
I'll
bum
sorry.
I
me
bet
out.
he taught his kids that pranks are not good.
Oh my
Never
God.
prank.
At the very
No.
least, he was like the town, PSA or like with,
Right.
like after school special of like,
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
ever
no
tell a
more,
lie.
No more
Yeah.
funny pranks. No.
Yeah.
Oh.
And firearms do not kill ghosts,
Yeah.
See,
They
that
do
I
kill
already
people.
knew that.
They kill
so.
people though, which was really shocking.
which
to
makes them ghosts.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
Wow.
The second that the ghost went down when he shot the ghost, I would have been like, "Oh shit, was that not a
Yeah.
ghost?" Like,
I wonder.
immediately
Do you
would've
think he
wondered.
thought, "Oh my God, I got the ghost"? Like he
Right?
must have
Yeah.
literally thought, "Oh my God, I got the ghost," because like you wouldn't. Why would you know any different? I mean, I wouldn't know any different.
for 5 seconds, he was the town hero.
Yeah,
He's like,
in
wait
his
till
own mind.
Maud down the street hears of this.
Yeah.
Sorry,
my gosh.
that was a weird take.
Definitely Ma.
So what is this? What is this ghost's name?
This is the Hammersmith Ghost.
Hammersmith Ghost.
I can't get
Yes.
over the fact that his name was Mill Wood, but he was a bricklayer. But I know that's not relevant. It just is like, why would you
Nothing
end
you
up
can do
in
about
that
it.
career? You know, it's like you already
Oh,
had one
gosh.
named for you. Anyway,
Yeah.
wow, what a tale! I don't know what to make of that. It feels like the biggest like legal conundrum. You know, it feels like one of
Yeah.
those things that they give you in law school to like.
Well, it took
debate.
180 years.
Right.
It does
Right.
feel like something you could bring to the Christmas dinner table just to like ignite a flame in your family. Like,
Wouldn't
just
that be
like,
fun?
let's find out where everyone stands. You know?
I wish I needed that
So
to
we'll
ignite a
report
flame
back in
my family.
2026.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We'll all report back with a lot of like cut family ties.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's fine. Wow, what a tale. I can't believe you guys found that. I don't think I've ever heard that story.
I'm
That was hard.
glad.
That was
It
remarkable.
was hard.
Wow.
Well
Good job.
done.
I would send Sierra
you.
one. She's like, I'm pretty sure they covered that. Then I
Man,
Google
you
it. I'm like, yeah, but it's
guys!
not long enough.
We're like
Yeah.
8. Our stupid show is like 8 years old. That's amazing. I'm impressed.
Well
We
done.
also
That was
have
great.
the books, so we're like, is it in here?
Oh, did
no,
it?
it's
Our
it's
books.
only in America. So far. Yes.
I was like, the books? What are the books? Oh,
Your books.
I have
The
those
accounting
too.
books? Yeah.
Wow, what a doozy.
But congratulations on your second book. Congratulations
Oh,
on the
thank
house.
you.
For having a creepy child, Christina.
Thank you. I wish you were creepier, but you know, maybe. Oh, and
Love
I
it.
also want to mention that we are starting a spring tour. I hope that's okay if I bring that
Yes.
up.
Yes, of
No,
course.
we were going to give you a time to plug.
Our
Please
lovely
do.
producer Katie just wrote smiley face. Hey, Christine, say the thing. Thank you, Katie. Yes, we are on a spring tour, and you can come see us live, which we're really excited about.
I'm
And
trying to convince my husband to go to the Seattle show. with
can
me.
you? Wouldn't that be fun? Okay, let's do it.
So when are you guys going to be in Cincinnati again?
Really
Next
soon,
week.
February 13th. It's our first
Oh.
show. I love how Katie writes
Oh,
February
she's like,
13th.
"Damn
She's
it."
so on it. It's February 13th. It's Valentine's Day weekend. It's going to be so romantic. Sierra, you and your husband should come up. It'll be great.
You can.
It's a 10-hour drive, so.
So what?
So it's a yes. Is that what
So
you just
that's
said?
a yes. So we should put you on the list. Okay.
I didn't hear what you meant. Can you?
What are you gonna be? What do you have
clarify?
plans at the Sloss furnaces? Please.
Yeah.
at Stonehenge or whatever I called it earlier. Anyway, but yes, we are. Well, thank you for the kind words on the book too. Yeah, we just went on our little book tour for that and are starting up our live show again. So yeah, we're showcasing footage from our ghost hunts around
Love it.
and about and around. No, that's not anything.
Hither and thither,
hither and yon. You know,
yonder and
yonder
hither.
and donder. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I do it right,
So
Katie?
many
She
name show-
Oh, here she sends a link, and that. Oh, and if you'd like to come to the tour, by the way, this is a side note.
with
You can,
me and Sierra.
if you want to come to the tour and buy a ticket. Oh no, M's not okay, and that's why we drink.com/live is the link where you can go to buy tickets. Thank you, Katie. I'm so
I
bad.
love it.
Look, we'll edit
Shout
it.
out,
It'll be
Katie.
perfect.
Yeah, it'll
well,
sound
we won't even know that.
smooth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Someone will be
It
like,
was-
Christine's doing that voice when she did something really like really fucked something up. I don't know why.
Is this what happens behind the scenes at your show?
I mean, it's usually
This is
on
why
the
we have a
scenes.
Katie.
Yeah, this is
because-
usually in front of the scenes, and then they're like, "You didn't do any of the things we asked you to do," and we're like, "Oh."
As
sorry.
mentioned before, we are buffoons. So.
We are big buffoons. Big
truly
time.
performing monkeys. So it's helpful when we have someone just telling us what to do back here. So
Yes.
Oh, I love
So sorry for the weird aggressive plug, but yes, we are obligated to say that because we love for people to come see us live, and we have
Yes.
lots of weird cities we haven't gone to yet, so it's kind of exciting. We're going to like.
Yeah, when are you coming back to Vancouver? Come on.
I
man.
know that one
Canada. What the
I
heck?
know that's a bummer. I
trust me, I'm trying to get to Canada pretty
trust
soon.
me, we're trying really hard to get out of here. It's just very hard.
It's not even a live show. It's just
Kentucky
you
and Alabama
escaping at
here.
that
We're
point.
trying to
Trying to
find our
escape,
way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh,
Yeah.
I'm in like 1945.
I can't imagine. Like I'm like maybe a couple decades ahead, but yeah, that's pretty wild.
I mean, I'm in California, but I just don't know when it won't feel like California anymore. So if you'd like to take me in
your
for
days
asylum,
are numbered, my friend. Your days are
I got
numbered.
you. I'm on the West Coast too, so
Hey,
Perfect.
Alcatraz is a perfect meeting point. We'll all go.
Excellent.
I'll see you
Well,
in Alcatraz.
yeah,
We'll swim our way to Canada.
they can't get me over there. Yeah.
Well, Sierra and I will be at the Sloss Furnaces, so you guys can come find me if you want. Or at the maybe we'll all go to the Cryptid Con or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
That sounds fun. In Lexington? Cool.
Great. I'm due for another trip to see Sierra, so.
It's about time.
But I
on
will
down.
see you guys at your show in March. I think that's Seattle, right? Yeah.
Don't look at
Checks out.
me. I'm going to look at Katie. She also
Katie.
says, hey, speaking of California, we're also going to be in Monterey and San Luis Obispo. And we're pushing those shows because they're new cities we haven't been to before. So we're trying to get our locals there to come on out. And yeah, so we're going to do some California shows. We're going to do some, I don't know, Seattle, I guess. Says Alicia. I don't remember anything about what we're doing. My brain is complete mush, but I can't
There's
wait
a whole
to see
underground
you.
city in Seattle. So
Okay.
you
Oh,
guys
I've
will
been.
have
I've
to-
been.
Have you?
I've heard of this.
It's a good
I
time, yeah.
have. And in Portland, right? Tunnels and
Yes.
stuff.
Also been
Yeah.
there.
Yes.
Weird stuff over there, you guys. Weird stuff.
The weirder the
Freaky
stuff, the more
stuff.
likely I've participated in it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's actually
I'm
very,
jealous.
very
Thank you,
true.
Katie. March 20th is the Seattle show. So if
Yeah.
anyone wants to come hang out with me too.
Yeah, that will be fun. One time I said Em was coming to a Beach Too Sandy show, and we like sold it out like that. And I was like, damn, I should say Em was coming to all of my other shows. So, it's a good tidbit if you want to just plug Em being somewhere. So Em will be at the Seattle show if anyone.
I will
wants.
be there. I'll be on stage. I'll be a little busy, but
So yeah, well that's
Perfect.
okay. You'll have we have a beautiful view of Em, spotlight and everything.
that's
so,
right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the best plug. But thank you guys so much for coming on the show tonight.
Thank you for
This
having
is
us.
a
Thank you.
delight.
Yes.
And thank you for giving me an excuse to drink wine. I've been like kind of being very good
Oh,
for the last few
anytime.
daes. And then I was like,
I'm a
today's a
terrible
special
influence.
occasion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that about you. And I love that about you.
Yeah, so I don't know how to end a show.
don't
We always
either.
end our show by saying keep it twisted.
Oh, I love that.
Like
Great.
keep it twisted is
Okay.
the inflection which many people have asked. So
The
we-
inflection.
so I
Keep
think
it
it was
twisted.
I think it was Taylor. She's like, how do I say it? She wanted to get it right. It was
She was
awesome.
like, I need to nail this. She's such a performer.
I know.
I love
So
it.
should we say it then for you? Should we say?
Well, I'll count it down. I'll count it
okay.
down.
Okay.
But a big thank you to Em and Christine for being on the show today and answering our rapid questions. And we have like a whole slew of creepy road trip events to happen. Go and see them live this spring. And in the meantime,
Keep
it
it
twisted.
twisted.
I forgot the
You
words.
know, we'll nail it. We nailed it.
I
It's
said
fine.
keep it spooky. Wait, that's not right. Keep it. I'm so
Do
sorry.
keep it spooky.
I have
too.
listened to your show. I sound like such a buffoon right now. I'm sorry. Keep it twisted.
Thank you
We'll
so
edit it.
much, you
You're
guys.
fine.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
fine. It'll be
We love you
perfect.
guys. Oh my God! Look, Em, it's working. Sorry, I just got a new computer, and Em has had these cool effects for so long, and I never get them.
Does that?
No,
Do you guys get it?
Have it?
We're not cool enough.
Well,
Yay.
Em and I. Wow. Well,
Whoa.
now we're just show offs. Jeez. No, Em used to do
This
this,
is a
and
live
then
show in itself.
the saddest part is I would sit there like this, and nothing would ever happen, and Em would just be having fireworks shows, and I'd be like, me too, and then
Here, we'll do this. Well, I know it's not keep.
Oh, this one's
keep
rough.
it twisted.
Keep it
spooky, twisted.
It's raining.
Keep it twisted.
Oh, you
Wait,
know
hold
what?
on.
I like the dark and spooky rain. So
I thought that was
Ooh.
accurate.
Keep it twisted.
I love the delay on it. I'm like, why is Christine
It's so
doing
awkward.
that?
I did it on FaceTime one time, and my mom was like, I have to go. And I was like, Mom, hold on a second. Something's about to happen. Anyway, it was not worth it. It was not worth it.
Wow.
Well, we
Wow,
appreciate you
learned a new
both.
thing.
Yeah.
we appreciate you.
And you're better for it, I'm sure. But thank you both so much. This was such a
Yeah,
delight.
thank you. This was awesome.
And Sarah, let me know
glad
when you
you
come
liked
back to
it.
Cincy, and
I
Alicia
will.
when you're in town too. I know you guys saw my brother last time. I was out of a babysitter, so next time,
I'm so
maybe
sorry. Please
no.
take it up with him and let us know.
No, I
how
do
that
remember
goes.
that. So hit me up next time, because the next time I won't be as hopefully as brain scrambled. I can't promise that, but I'll try.
And send me your Finch code.
I'm sending it to you. No, just kidding. I won't.
That's
I would
okay.
never. I would
Send it to
never.
Sierra.
I'll send it to Sierra.
Oh,
All right.
Thank you
Bye,
so much.
guys. Thank
Bye.
you. Have a good
Bye.
night.
Twisted and Uncorked is a proud member of Weirding Way Media. Hosted and produced by Sierra Zorn and Alicia Watson. If you like the show, don't forget to leave a 5-star rating and review wherever you are listening now. It really is the best way to spread the word. You can check out all things Twisted on our website, twistedanduncorked.com, and we will see you next Tuesday for a brand new episode.